Global G lifestyle, this is absolutely not really important. Once you get your life half in order, once your money starts coming in, there's a few things you have to do. And this is something I was ultra paranoid about for a very long time. And that is basically, in one form or another, get off the grid. But it's extremely difficult to get off the grid and still live a normal life. We live in a digitized society. You still need certain things. You need an address, you need a passport, you need a driver's license. There's certain things you need. So to a degree, you're going to be on the grid. So when I was sitting there thinking, how do I prevent people from fucking with me? Because that's what's going to happen. If you start making exorbitant sums of money, you start traveling the world, you start fucking a whole bunch of girls, you're going to have girls who might come at you after you with a court case, you might end up with some police problems, you might drive too fast, whatever. People are going to start to fuck with you. Quick side note, when I had no money, I used to think, how do all these lawyers make money? Like, who needs a lawyer? And as soon as you have a shitload of money, you start spending loads of money on lawyers. Lawyers are like a tax on the rich. As soon as you have money, you see you're going to end up in court cases for dumb shit that you never thought you'd end up in court cases for. So your life's going to change. So for a long time, I was sitting there pondering, how do I get off the grid? I did a few things. I put all my mail to a P.O. box. My mail doesn't come to my house, so no one knows directly where my address is, because that's how police and agencies find you. They look where you're signed up for mail to arrive, and they come and they turn up at your door. So there's little things you can do, like put your mail to a P.O. box. But what I actually found is, because we live in a world where it's nearly impossible to get off the grid, the best thing to do is to be on as many different grids as possible. So when I say that, what I mean is you need, and this is an absolute essential component, you need to have multiple passports. You need to have multiple driver's licenses. You need to have plenty of copies of these very important documents so that you're not at the mercy and whim of one particular government. So I'll give you an example. I have 4 passports. I won't name them all, but I have a British and an American and 2 others. I have 5 driver's licenses from 5 different countries. So there's been a point in my life where I got up, got on a plane, flew to a country, went into a driver's school, said, how do I get a driver's license? They said, you need a residence, you need an address, you need this. And I spent 6 weeks doing whatever it took, starting bank accounts, getting residency, getting a fucking tenancy agreement, anything it took to pass that driver's test and get that driver's card. Because now, if I take that card outside of the country I'm driving in does not have jurisdiction to affect my driver's license. So for example, you're driving in England or driving in America. Let's say you're England, I know England. You're driving in England, you drive too fast, the police stop you, you give them your English driver's license, they take the license. Well, in England, if I'm driving too fast and they stop me and I give them a Thai driver's license, or an American, or a Romanian, or an Estonian driver's license, the British government, the British state does not have the right to affect that license. They cannot take that license from me. All they can do is take me to court, which is a long process, and ban me from driving on their particular roads. My license is not affected. Even if they do ban me from driving on their roads, and they ban my Thai license, for example, I'll just pull out a different license. You see, I'm now above the law. I'm now above the law with speeding. Same thing with passports. I have multiple passports. I have the most powerful passports on earth. I can look at a country and go, do I need a visa? Well, I do with this passport, well, I don't with this one. And this is all something I've consciously gone out of my way to do. Then, when you have multiple driver's licenses and multiple passports, and it's something you need to dedicate a year of your life to, you just, I'm going to spend a year, I'm going to go to countries, I'm going to do anything it takes to pass the driving test, get the driving license, get the passport, etc., because it's extremely important. Once you've done that, you can open up banks in lots of different countries. So I have in maybe 11 different countries sums of money sitting in bank accounts. All in English, internet banking, all in English, sitting all over the world. Who the fuck knows what's going to happen? Do you know what's going to happen? America might get invaded, might fucking nuclear bomb, whatever. I don't want to talk conspiracy theories. The point is, my money's spread out, my passports, my ability to travel is spread out. I've decentralized myself. Talk about the blockchain. I am the blockchain. My ability to drive is spread out. You can't pin me down and take my license and refuse to allow me to drive a car. You can't. So who are you going to speak to? You've got to speak to 6 different governments. Do you know how long that's going to take? Then you have to prove I committed an offense bad enough for them to take away the license. They don't give a shit. You want to write to Bangkok and tell the Thais that I was speeding in England? You think they give a fuck? They don't give a fuck. They ain't taking my license away. Nobody cares, because although the world is connected, we are not yet, thankfully, at a level where everything is completely globally interconnected. So what you need to do is go on plenty of different grids, decentralize yourself, blockchain yourself to the point where you have multiple passports, multiple bank accounts, multiple driver's licenses in plenty of different countries, lots of residences, lots of nationalities, so that you're completely above it all. And heaven forbid, worst comes to worst, police put out a warrant for your arrest and block your passport, you got 5 more. So who gives a fuck?